Empire State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity. And that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And right now, we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Second and 5 now. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The 30. 10. Touchdown, Cowboys. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. This defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Here we go. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Past midfield, look out. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Bengals. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. With the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Play action now, Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And Cooks has it over the middle. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, they matched their opponent's pick six from earlier. Those are some crucial points that may prove pretty consequential as to how this one plays out.
And Brandon, I think now we're not just watching how they move around the field, but we're checking their psychology out a little bit, aren't we? Because that defense, they're about to go right back out with all the momentum on their side. As for the opposing offense, you wonder if there's going to be some hesitation to lean entirely on the passing game to try and mount a counterattack.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get it up.
He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The Cowboys at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports. Prescott looks to throw on first. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down. Here's Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. So that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll throw again. Prescott. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little...
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. We'll be hitting 3 in a row because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Fourth down, Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down, as you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense because, to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Taken in at the 22. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. Slant pass, Pollard brings it in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. This is caught inside the 15. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott. That's Gallup on the slant. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now here's Pollard. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, as the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's caught inside the 5. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields the squib kick right around the 30.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And maybe a chance for a quick completion and then a long field goal try. We'll see.
11.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Ready?
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the 3rd quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the 3rd quarter.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Here we go. The Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Here's Burrow. He's got Lewis. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd and 2, Burrow. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw traveling an even 64 yards in the air. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. There again is Cooks, complete. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a throw here to his running back. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a 1st down.
That's good for our Cowboys.
Throwing, Prescott. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third down, it's Pollard. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Now Prescott on 4th down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 16-yard line.
Prescott down. Buying time to his left. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott off play action. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good. And it will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Here we go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Play action. It's Burrow. Going up top. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess. That allows for extra yardage on the return.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. And his kick is good.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a one-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
11.
Burrow will throw.
They'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on third down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
11 mighty.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a one-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
On second and 10, Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First target, first catch, and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They're passing here. Joe Burrow
Connecting with Mixon.
on the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I'm one, right?
From the 32 now. Here's first and 10.
Here's Burrow. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here we go,
Second and 10.
throw's going to be incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Burrow. This is caught. It's Boyd. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
11
To throw, Burrow. They'll get this one into the hands of Lewis.
Here we go.
7 yards left for second down. Ball at the 10. Throwing, Burrow. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth. Now Burrow. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. He's at the 50.
But there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly. Getting back there, making the tackle, and not giving up 2 points themselves.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 6.
The Cowboys make over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Cowboys, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.